Boxingego here. If you like this video, make sure you hit the like button and also subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon on the top of your screen to get notified when the latest new content drops. What up, fight world? It's your boy Ego and I'm back with some more fighting. Make sure you smash the like button, also subscribe to the channel for the latest and greatest in boxing. Shout out to the Patreon patrons, the super chats, the donations. We working. I'm back with the UFC 213 post-fight, and I want to talk about Robert Whittaker earning a unanimous decision over Yoel Romero for the interim middleweight title. First of all, shout out to both. They really pushed, especially in that last round. Round 5, they were both spent, and they both held on and did the damn thing and put on an excellent fight. I thought this was a very good fight, very scrappy, very cagey, some seesaw action. Initially, Amanda Nunes was supposed to be the main event on this card, but as I reported earlier, she got sick. Cutting weight was a problem, and this was elevated to the main event, and I thought it delivered. I thought this was a good fight. A lot of people don't know Robert Whittaker, but they know him now. He's the interim champion. It looks like he's going to fight Michael Bisping next, which that's the one thing I like about the UFC, and I'll get to that in a second. I don't have all my, I didn't take notes. I was just kind of enjoying this as a fan, but I'm going to just kind of freestyle this and recap off the top of my head. I thought Robert Whittaker won the fight. I gave him rounds 3, 4, and 5. 5 was, it was started off good for, I'm going to Quentin Tarantino and do it backwards. 5 started off good for Yoel Romero. His corner told him, like, you need this round. Get this fucking round. And he was landing some big shots. But Robert Whittaker, just tough, game, durable, and then he got a takedown, and then he landed some cool elbows. His front kicks in this fight were real good. He was kind of awkward in terms of his timing. And overall, we didn't see the same explosive Yoel Romero. Even in round 1, which I gave to Yoel, I thought he won the fight, or won the round, but he wasn't as explosive. He paid a lot of respect, and I think it was maybe a credit to Robert Whittaker being quirky and the way he was moving and coming in. And they kept talking on the telecast, the UFC telecast, about how it was apparent Robert Whittaker had a left leg injury. They didn't know the severity or extent, but something was clearly bothering him. So I thought that was very impressive too, that he was in there with a guy like Yoel Romero, and he had something bothering him with his leg, and it didn't stop him. He's a true fighter. It didn't stop him from throwing kicks. It didn't stop him from moving when he needed to. He had great round 1, great throughout the fight, but round 1 especially, great takedown defense. And those things are hard when you don't have the full stability or some kind of pain or nagging injury in your fight. You know what I mean? You're more worried about, oh, this hurts. You put any type of pressure. But I think Whittaker, he had the opportunity, he had the moment. Like I said, this fight got elevated to main event, and he seized the opportunity. So I'm not mad at this. Round 1, even some people out there might have scored it for Robert Whittaker because it wasn't as explosive or action-packed as the last 3 rounds. So I was okay with the decision. I mean, even if Yoel would have got it, I wouldn't have been like, oh, this is an absolute robbery. Both guys were game. Both guys tried. But I think where I thought round 2 might have been Yoel's best round. He was landing some good shots. You've seen a little bit of the explosiveness that he normally has. But I don't know what it was, but Yoel seemed like he was waiting a lot in this fight. Waiting, and like I said, maybe it's a credit to Whittaker's movement and how he was coming. But round 3 was a pivotal moment where the pendulum started to shift the Whittaker way. I thought round 3, initially, Yoel was doing good. It was competitive. But then out of nowhere, I really feel that Whittaker started amping up the aggression and the pressure, and he put on a lot of intelligent pressure. Kicks. He was coming aggressive, coming forward with strikes, and that took a lot out of Yoel Romero, who was getting hit with consecutive shots, I would say, you know what I mean? And he wasn't moving his head, and he started to show from that point on, to me, Yoel Romero showed a lot of fatigue. And some people were probably like, oh, he's just conserving his energy, but this is a title fight, like an eliminator to get Bisping or whatever. So how long you can't, when someone's being aggressive and somebody, you can't conserve your energy that long. I mean, you're gonna get the other guy into a rhythm, and then before you know it, the fight's over. You know what I mean? So midway through, I understand conserving your energy, doing certain things differently, but I mean, if you're gassed, you're gassed, and that's what it was. And I think it carried on to round 4 and round 5. But 5, I think they both were tied. But round 3 and 4, I think Whittaker was able to do a lot of good work based on him just looking fresher, and the way his style of fight, it wasn't causing that. Because part of what makes him a beast and a monster to deal with, like if you watch the Chris Weidman, is he did a flying knee out of nowhere and busted Chris Weidman's shit open. You know what I mean? And that's harder to pull off and execute if you are tired, as it looked like Yoel Romero was. So I mean, I didn't even really hear much protest from Yoel Romero. He said something to the effect of, "If I lost, God knows why," something like that. So I think he knew he was in a tough fight, and it probably could have went either way. So that was cool. Other thing I like how they did on this particular telecast is they promoted the Mayweather-McGregor fight, which obviously they need to get a lot of promotion in for that. And it's good because that's going to be a good portion of people who are buying the card also, right? You know what I mean? UFC fans. So I thought that was cool that they kept promoting the fight for as far as boxing, because it is going to be in boxing. But I like to see UFC participating, even though Showtime is the A side, Mayweather's the A side in the equation. I like to see them doing their part. But you guys seen the tweets? These were live tweets. I said Whittaker came with some work for Yoel. LOL. I gave Yoel first 2, Robert 3 and 4, defining round, momentum going towards Robert, UFC 213. And you guys look at the timestamps and stuff. That was before the 5th round began. And then I also put this, Yoel looking real tired and fatigued in round 4. And like I said, round 1, he was like trying to pick his shots, and it looked like he was trying to get the timing down. But you can't wait with a guy like Robert, who's awkward, who's striking, and he showed a good chin, because Yoel was doing some good stuff in there. He landed some good punches. He's a muscular, in shape dude. He's powerful. Like I said, he can be explosive. I thought at the end of round 1, right before the end, Yoel landed a nasty leg kick. And again, if you have some kind of injury, all that stuff can break you down. But I thought overall Whittaker had a good game plan. He made himself hard to time, and then he put his foot on the gas in the spot where he needed to, and made for an exciting fight. And then post-fight, they had Michael Bisping, champion, the real champion, not the interim champion. He had him in there, and he said his piece. And he says, you know, it was a good fight. I wanted to come and talk a lot of trash. And then he ended up talking a lot of trash anyway, even though he said it was a good fight between you. Congrats to Romero. Congrats to you. But what's pissed me off is you got that belt and you trying to act like you a champion. And the funny thing is, Whittaker was very respectful. He's like, let me rest up and we could fight. I'm not tripping. And then Bisping just, you know, he got the mouth. So pause. He threw his belt on the ground and like, oh, you're next, motherfucker, or something like that. So that looks like it's going to be the next deal. And like I said, Whittaker definitely earned his stripes, and he definitely earned it going in with Yoel Romero. I don't think it was an easy fight for either. I think both guys are going to be sore, maybe bruised up a little bit. But I'm very impressed that Whittaker was so durable, and he had the game plan and really the pacing. He looks like a big dude too. He had good pacing for this fight, so he didn't himself get gassed out. Again, they both were gassed in round 5, but I feel like Whittaker looked fresher through the first 4 as opposed to Yoel Romero, who looked spotty in the middle rounds. I think Whittaker didn't really even get tired until the 5th round, or noticeably tired. I seen Yoel breathing with his mouth, and his corner even told him, like, you need this round. So I thought it was a defining round 5. And Whittaker he wanted it a little bit more, and he put that little bit of extra oomph on that round. Like I said, Yoel was doing good, and he's coming. It was weird though. I think round 3, 4, or 5. I don't remember. I remember in 5, but I don't remember if it was 3 or 4. Yoel was just coming straight forward, no head movement, very stiff. Again, maybe it's because he was tired, and he did it again in round 5. So that fatigue is something he has to work out. I know he's a big dude. Muscles take up more oxygen and whatnot, so he has to get that situated though, because he looked like he was pretty zapped. But I give him credit. He showed a lot of heart, and he was trying to push through it in that 5th round, as was Whittaker. Let me know your thoughts on the fight. I thought it was a good last-minute replacement to the main event, and the fight delivered some good action. Drop your thoughts in the comment section. Make sure you share the video, like the video as always. Hate, comment, and subscribe. Till next video is Ego signing off. So if you enjoyed this video and want more content like this on the channel, you can show your appreciation by going to the PayPal donate button or the YouTube support button, and you can donate any amount that you feel is equivalent to the value of this video. Much more to come. Thank you guys for your support. Boxingego, the future of boxing.